Transition Whidbey's mission is to catalyze our community to work together toward greater food, energy, and economic self-reliance in response to resource and energy constraints. The reason why peak oil is inspiring for us is because we're looking at ways that we can live a high quality of life and live in a vibrant community without being dependent on fossil fuel resources.
We're well past the peak. We really have discovered essentially the 95% of all the oil that we're ever going to discover.
Even though Transition Whidbey started and was inspired by peak oil, what we're really looking at now is peak everything.
I live on Whidbey Island partly because of Transition Whidbey and what I saw in the community. This is something new.
It brings people together, and so people can feel inspired. They can feel that they're not alone in feeling this way.
What attracts me about Transition Whidbey is that it recognizes that that is a gift to the community of the future as well, not just to the community now.
These monthly potlucks are places where people can come, socialize and network. People can come and find out about what's up and running in the community.
These kind of communities are where new ideas of connection are going to come from. I'm impressed because there's young leadership, there's people of all generations, kids come and hang out. That's really exciting that you can explore all of it and sit down together and hold hands even if you disagree. Wow, what kind of country is that?
Underneath these potlucks is the asset mapping and the community currency and working groups that are really trying to move large agendas forward.
Some of those action groups are the Local Economy Action Group, and they're developing a local currency right now.
This local currency comes from the fact that it's a growing part of our interaction. But most important to me was the effect of creating this sense of connection and interdependence in a community.
The Food Asset Mapping Project will show us the quality of our soils, how healthy our forests are, how healthy our waters are, and how much water we have, who's producing, and where the distribution centers are, and where the potential is for more people to produce.
This map will be a primer for me. It will give me a basic education on what are the elements I need to know about in order to grow food. On a food level, it allows people in the community to better understand exactly what it takes to put food on their table, and therefore to be a little bit more compassionate with those who are producing food, and to be a little bit more engaged in maybe trying their own hand at it.
That's my goal for this year, is to, encourage more folks to eat locally, and to do that by providing more food for the communities.
One of the things that we've recently started is reskilling. We're calling it the Great Reskilling, and that's actually a name that the Transition Towns initiatives use. And basically what it means is that we know we have a wealth of experience and knowledge and wisdom in our community, and it's a way to go and find the people who have these skills and who are ready and willing to share them with the rest of our community.
We started reskilling 30 years ago. We'll be in a position, no matter what happens, that we can continue to eat and house ourselves. I don't think anybody can be self-reliant, truly self-reliant or self-sufficient, unless it's on some kind of a community scale. I think you need a community with different people with different skills helping each other.
Our main focus has been in building relationships, and that's building relationships with local government, with local businesses, with nonprofits and individuals, just across the board, really trying to touch and connect in with people, find out what they're doing in the way of sustainability.
I know that local officials would just love to be able to have more capable, constructive help.
One of the things that Transition Whidbey is good at is catalyzing the community, which doesn't mean that Transition Whidbey is doing it or making it happen. It means that it's a focal point that can network, interconnect, and make visible projects on the island that are moving us towards sustainability.
this movement to transition our island doesn't belong to any one group. It really belongs to our whole island. It belongs to the government, it belongs to the individuals, it belongs to the businesses, it belongs to the nonprofits. It's very, very inclusive, and it needs to be that way. We're at this point where the foundation has been laid, the relationships have been built, the trust is there. We're really ready to just plug in and get to work. Who really wouldn't want to have a healthier community and a thriving community, a vibrant community? Who wouldn't want to have that? You know, I think when we all decide that that's our common goal, we're all going to be working toward the transition, whether or not we call it the transition. That's what we're doing.
It's a wonderful, wonderful place for me to look at age differently. I do not feel useless here. I'm not headed for the old folks' home and feeling like, well, I've retired, I will sit on the hill and watch the cruise ships go by and have a martini. Not life here.